Okay, so the next chef in the books, both the great chef's books, is Daniel Bonnot. I have eaten in one of his restaurants, actually. Anyways, so he was born in 1945 in France and raised in Paris. When he was 14, he trained for 3 years as he basically apprenticed in Paris through high school, and then served 2 years in the French army, where he was the chef for Pierre Mesmer, who became Prime Minister of France in 1972. In 1968, he went to work in the kitchen of the Savoy Hotel in Paris. And before after that, he moved to Guadeloupe. And then so he stayed 2 more years there. Actually started in 1966 in Paris. Then in 1970, he actually moved to New Orleans. And he basically stayed for a couple years at the Plimsoll Club, and then spent a year in Cincinnati and came back to New Orleans. He originally moved to New Orleans for the music, turns out, but not for the food, which is kind of interesting. He then moved back to New Orleans and opened the Louis XVI restaurant, which was successful from 1972 to 1985. I thought it was actually open longer than that, so maybe he just sold it eventually. Anyways, in 1984, he and several partners bought what was then the restaurant in Paris's Eiffel Tower, had it dismantled, and shipped in containers to New Orleans. They leased space on St. Charles Avenue. It's actually at the corner. It's currently at the corner of St. Charles and Josephine. It's still there. In 1986, they opened the Tour de Eiffel restaurant. It was undercapitalized, and as a result, it failed in 1988. The building has been used several times for several different things. I think it's currently now some new project or something like that. But it's still there. Anyways, that same year, he opened Chez Daniel in... nope, I'm sorry. I've skipped a couple things there. Yep. It says that same year, he opened Chez Daniel in Metairie. He then opened Bisou, which was in downtown New Orleans and St. Charles. I have eaten there. Couldn't tell you what I had. It was good, whatever it was. And he sold that to his former sous chef, Susan Spicer, and she teamed up with Donald Link, and they changed the name to Herb Saint. I think it's still there. He is still considered to be one of the best French chefs in the city, although I didn't realize this, but apparently he retired recently. And actually, I always thought he was about 10 years younger than he is. So I didn't realize he was quite that old. Anyways, so my choices are cream of garlic soup, salad teed, red fish en croûte and du mousses, Paris breast, crawfish beignets, duck confit, potatoes sarladaise, and pear flan. I'm going to go with the cream of garlic soup. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, I will see you later with that. Let's see how that goes. So there is the garlic soup. Yay, cream of garlic soup. So the soup, Daniel Bonnot's cream of garlic soup, was very, very good. It was delicious. It was actually pretty easy to make. There was a bit of an accident with it, which resulted in losing about 60% of it. Our blender decided to break in the middle of it. So I ended up with a big mess because lifted it up and it all came out. Anyways, so I ended up not pureeing it like I was supposed to. So what you saw in the picture was a little chunkier than it should have been, but flavor was still there. It was a good soup, so no complaints. It was about what I'd expect from Daniel Bonnot. As I said, I had eaten it at Bizou. I've eaten at Susan Spicer's restaurants too, and as I said, the food is very good. I can't remember a single thing I ate at any of them, um, but I probably had the cream of garlic soup at some point. I don't know. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks.